And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scott Jordan, and you are watching live here at Cellars of Sonoma in beautiful Railroad Square, Santa Rosa, California. And tonight we're going to be tasting some really special wines, and I have an incredible guest here tonight that I first met Ray at the JC, where I took a couple of his classes that he taught. The first one was the Appalachians outside of Sonoma County, and then the other one was California and European wines, which I think I'm gonna take that one again, because we had to taste like 8 or 10 wines a night, and that's just too much pressure. So I need to revisit that one. Let me just give you a little background on Ray, and then I'll let him tell you a bit about himself. He's been a freelance writer for a long time. Really, his interest in wine started in the early 80s. He joined the wine business in 86. In fact, he did public tours at the Christian Brothers winery, which is interesting because that was one of the first places when I moved into California where I went tasting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that beautiful Greystone building, which is the wine institutions over there now. He has a book out, The Good Life Guide in Enjoying Wine. He has management experience in all areas in the wine industry. He writes a blog. The book that he wrote was published in 2006. And he's one of California's most admired wine experts. He shares his knowledge and insight in Sonoma County wine and studies. He teaches at the JC, Sonoma State. He's also a wine judge for the California State Fair, Sonoma County Harvest Fair. And you're plugged in everywhere I go. In any wine event, I always run into you. So let me introduce Ray Johnson. Ray, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you're doing now, and what's coming up. What's the plan down the road?
All right. Well, just this week we've been working on the results from the Chronicle Wine Competition. This year we had 4,913 entries, and we did the judging up in Cloverdale over a week period with about 60 judges from around the nation. So we're working on pushing out all the results on that, letting everyone know who won big and what parts of the country they won in. We had big winners from New York, Washington, California, and of course a lot of people here in the local area in Sonoma County. Ramping up for the public tasting that we're going to do at Fort Mason on February 20th. So that's a big deal because people get to go there, taste the winners that the judges selected. Sells out every year. So check out the results and tickets if you want to go at winejudging.com. We have all that information up online.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Well, you're a busy guy, and I appreciate you taking some time to come and chat with us and taste through some of the wines we have here at Cellars of Sonoma. You've got a great palate and very well respected in the industry.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we've stayed in touch over the years.
Yeah, it's been good, man. It's been really good. And it's funny because I think Melissa took one of your classes or was taking one of your classes. And I run into people all the time, and they tell me they're taking a wine class, and then it's you. And I'm like, oh, I love that. Well, you're going to love his course. And then I tell them that I took the California European course, and I really need to take it again. Because
why not?
Well, you know what threw me off? I had such a problem with the language when we got into the French and Italian wines, and I was trying. There's so many things. We really went through a lot of wine in the night.
Yeah.
But I really think I want to take that again. And since then, I've visited Italy, and so I've got a little better view of it. But I'm going to take some time and do a class like that. I didn't look in your schedule if you're doing one like that again, but.
I am, and so this semester I'm teaching at the JC, as Scott had mentioned, in Santa Rosa, California. But then also at Sonoma State, we do the wine entrepreneurship class. That's a really cool class for people who want to break into the wine business. They think they want to open their own winery or perhaps develop their own vineyard. I also teach online, believe it or not. With a program called Vesta that's run out of Missouri State University, and we do wine tasting classes online. And
very cool.
The folks will buy the wines in the local area where they live, and then we taste them online together at a session that we're we can discuss them.
How cool.
It's crazy what we can do today that we never could before.
Oh, no kidding. Well, that's kind of what this Tuesday broadcast started out as.
Right.
We were going to let our wine club members know that at Tuesday at 6 o'clock, we're going to taste the wines in the shipment, and you can taste along with us.
Right.
And it kind of evolved to what it is today, but that was the real concept from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, technology has helped us spread the word on the wine.
That's right. And then we still have to get back to actually tasting the wine in the glass.
Yeah.
We're going to do that live tonight. And like you said, you can retake a class because, boy, when you come back to a wine a year later or a region a year later, you're informed with new information, so you see it in a new way, right? So, like after you go to Italy, then you come back and taste the wine, and it's a new experience.
It's a completely different experience. Yeah. Yeah. So tonight, we're going to taste the wines that are on our reserve tasting here at Cellars of Sonoma. So when you come into the tasting room, now you can actually buy wine by the glass, which is a new feature. We weren't able to do that as a collective. That's new. Or, of course, you can buy a bottle and sit and enjoy that with your friends and take the rest home. Or you can do a flight tasting. And we have 4 flight tastings, and our reserve is our 4th. And it starts with a very famous winemaker. This is La Serena. The winemaker here is Heidi Barrett. And I don't have to tell you, you know, but for my guests that are new to Cellars of Sonoma, Heidi's claim to fame was Screaming Eagle. And let's face it, that is a cult wine that has just exploded. And in the Napa auction, a 6-liter, I tell this story all the time for my guests that heard me last week. I was ranting and raving about that, but a 6-liter bottle went for $500,000 in the Napa auction, and that's remarkable. And she's also gotten 4 100 scores from Parker, and that's pretty incredible as well. You judge wine all the time. That's pretty darn hard to do. That's like me hitting 4 hole-in-ones. That ain't going to happen. So let me pour the first wine. This is her Syrah. She makes 3 Syrahs. Okay. They come from, this is San Ynez fruit. She has one in Napa, and then she has one in the Barrett Vineyard. Okay. Retail price on this is $45. The Napa is $60. The Barrett Vineyard is $80.